welcome everybody to another video. Merry Christmas to everyone who celebrates. This right now are the figures I got for Christmas, so this is my Christmas haul. Also, a quick update on Bad Blood. The Fatal 4-Way match is being filmed. I'm almost done. Hope to get it out by the end of the year. So the figures we have here are the SummerSlam Elite Build-A-Figure Mr. Perfect Jey Uso. Then we have the AEW Unrivaled Series number 9, Brian Cage. And we have this AEW exclusive Samoa Joe figure. So I'm now just gonna get all these figures out of their packaging and I'm gonna review them. So we're gonna start off first with the AEW Samoa Joe figure. Here it is in the packaging. There's Samoa Joe on the box. It looks pretty good. The figure looks pretty good in the packaging. Here's Joe's picture on the side. And then here's Samoa Joe carrying the Ring of Honor Television Championship on the back. Here are the accessories that come with the Samoa Joe figure. First off, we got some mic holding hands. Then we got some regular hands. And then we have the hang loose hands. And then those are interchangeable hands. The other accessory Joe comes with is this white towel accessory that he usually wears to the ring. It actually feels like a regular towel. So props to Jazzwares for that. It looks pretty cool. And also one thing with the interchangeable hands is that the wrist tape on this hand and this hand are both kind of like similar, while with this hand it's got more wrist tape on it. So yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. So now we're gonna get into the Samoa Joe figure. Getting in now to the Samoa Joe figure. After posing it a little bit off camera, I think the articulation is pretty good. Ab crunch, although since his torso is pretty big, I don't think he can like really move that far and back with the ab crunch. Legs, he can go kick that far to the side. Also with these kind of special type of knee pads, you won't really get as much articulation with the knees, although you will still get some movement. And these boots look pretty cool too, all accurate to Samoa Joe. Now going over to the head sculpt, I think it looks like him. Looks pretty cool. I think the Mattel may have made him look better though, but probably because that was Joe from a few years ago. This is Joe, kind of what he looks like right now. Now the trunks with that kind of, it looks pretty much like salmon or just a lighter shade of red. I think the trunks are pretty cool. So yeah, that's your Samoa Joe figure. Well, that's the end now for our Samoa Joe figure review. Here's him with the towel on him. I think it looks pretty good with the towel accessory. It really brings the look together. Up next now is the Machine, Brian Cage from AEW Unrivaled Series 9. He's number 74 in the series. Brian Cage. And turning around, you got AEW logos and the picture of Brian Cage on the back, looking pretty cool. Now let's get this figure out of his packaging. Here are the accessories that come with Brian Cage. First up, you have two interchangeable head sculpts. One where he's kind of serious, he's got that smirk on his face, and then the other is a screaming stand. Now, I like these two head sculpts. They both look like Brian Cage. I feel like it'd be cool to use them both. Now, next up, we have his two interchangeable hands. We have open hands, and then we have these kind of closed hands. They're not really a fist. They're just kind of closed. They have that little gap in the middle. Here is the Brian Cage figure. Now, all of it looks pretty accurate. I think the head sculpt looks like him. The attire is pretty cool. I like the colors on it with the black, white, and yellow. and his torso, his body's pretty accurate. Of course, in real life, Brian Cage is a big guy with really big muscles. So yeah, I think the torso fits him very well. Overall, I really like this figure. I think Jazzwares did pretty good when making it. Now that the Brian Cage is done, it is now time to get into our third and final figure, main event, Jey Uso. Here is the Jey Uso figure in the packaging. I really like this SummerSlam packaging. It is the SummerSlam Build-A-Figure wave with a Build-A-Figure of Mr. Perfect. You got Jey Uso, his face on the front there, and his face on the side. Now on the back, we got his details about him. He's from San Francisco, California, 6'2", 242 pounds, and his finisher is the Flying Oos, or another name for it, the Uso Splash. His career highlights include being a unified tag team champion, SmackDown and Raw tag team champion. It says it was family versus family and legacy versus legacy when the Usos retained the SmackDown tag team titles against the Mysterios at SummerSlam 2021. And here's a picture of Jey Uso from the match. The other figures in the wave and the part of Mr. Perfect that comes with Jey Uso. So now let's get into the figure. Look at these accessories that come with the Jey Uso figure. Up first, we have this Build-A-Figure head of Mr. Perfect. Now, since this is a Build-A-Figure wave, every figure must come with a part to make a figure, and Jey Uso comes with Mr. Perfect's head. And then we have this white lei that the Usos and the Bloodline usually wear around their necks. And then he has two pairs of interchangeable hands, two mic holding hands and two fisted hands. Here's the Jey Uso figure. After getting it out of the packaging, it was pretty stiff at first, but now I can get it to kind of pose around. So first off, look at the Jey Uso head sculpt. I think it's a pretty accurate representation of Jey Uso. You can see his red dye back in the hair, and I really like what Mattel did with his tattoo details. It really looks accurate to Jey Uso's tattoos. Of course, he's got the white sleeve on one side, black joggers as usual with Jey Uso, Bloodline logo on that side, these red and white marks on the other, his white shoes, and this patch of red on the back. So yeah, that's this Jey Uso figure. I think it turned out pretty well, and it's going to be a great addition to the Bloodline. Thank you everyone for watching this video. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. So make sure to super kick that like button and hit a coquina clutch and RKO that subscribe button. Well, that's all for me everyone. Thanks for watching this video. Merry Christmas.